At a rally in Las Vegas last night, a NBC reporter had caught some really disturbing video on tape of a protester being dragged out of a Trump rally. Why don't we take a look at this video and then we'll talk about it.
Trump! 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 Trump!
What would you expect of somebody do that legal age for murdered Americans?
Where's Metro?
He speaks for the dead. He speaks for our families. We love Donald Trump. And if everybody is go and vote, you know, don't scare people like that. Don't be intimidated.
Trump! Trump! Trump!
We don't have to like the legal aliens. We don't have to.
Stand up! Let's go! Stand up! Let's go! The First Amendment! Get your hands up! Let's go! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Why are you grabbing me? Why are you grabbing me? Get out! Get out! More gasoline on that side.
Did you hear that? Right at the end of the video, somebody shouted, "Seig Heil." Whoa. Whoa. Now, NBC News also reports that some people in the crowd, and, I couldn't exactly hear it because there was a lot of commotion going on, but NBC News reports that some people could be heard yelling, "Shoot him, kick his ass, light the motherfucker on fire," and then there were other shouts, reportedly of people saying, "He's a Muslim." And then, of course, you heard Seig Heil. But no, Donald Trump's not a racist. No, he loves the blacks, and he's going to get 100% of the black vote. Even the guy that they kicked out, the protester they kicked out, he's going to vote for Trump. Because he loves Trump, because he's going to make America great again. You know how I know? It's on his hat. Make America great again. It's really funny that for somebody who's so not racist, how his followers are incredibly racist. He sure does seem to get a lot of racist support. I mean, neo-Nazi groups have lined up behind Donald Trump. Now, if you're not a racist, like Trump claims to be, well, wouldn't that kind of make you take a step back and say, wait a minute. Maybe I should take a look at my rhetoric here, because I'm getting some support from people that I don't exactly like. The support of people that I don't really want as my supporters. White supremacist groups. You might want to stand back and take a look at that and say, what's going on here? Or, maybe he should have taken a look at his rhetoric before it caused beatings of several people. One of them was a homeless Latino veteran. There's been a lot of violence against not only Latinos and African Americans at his rallies, but also now, since San Bernardino and since Paris, against Muslims. Maybe some of that rhetoric might have something to do with that. Just maybe. Just maybe. Now, Trump's response to this, and here's the thing. Trump's response is that, well, it helped. This just helps because now the cameras turn turn over to the crowds, and they can show how big the crowds are. This is what Trump's response to this whole incident was. Well, it's a good thing that they filmed this guy getting kicked out and dragged out, because it showed off how big my crowds are. Look at me, I'm popular. Everybody loves Trump. Well, as I mentioned, this isn't the first time that protesters, Black Lives Matter protesters, have become targets. Remember, an Alabama man back in November was punched, kicked, and choked by a crowd at a Trump rally. And also, in that same disturbance, Trump had said, "Get him out of here." And then later on said, well, he might have deserved to get roughed up. Because, you can't get annoying. You can't protest my rallies. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. You deserve to be roughed up. And look, I understand that protesters at rallies can get sort of annoying. But this is not the way to deal with it. This is not the way to deal with it. Especially since you're a leading presidential contender. You can't let this slide. You can't. But I guess if you tell that to Donald Trump, he would just say, quit being so politically correct. Stop being so PC. Well, I guess it's so PC to denounce violence at rallies. We all know how much Trump hates being PC, so I guess this would never happen. And it's sad is that this is becoming a common occurrence at Trump rallies. And think about that for a moment. The Republican Party frontrunner that's earned the backing of neo-Nazi groups and people that shout out Seig Heil, and then they threaten to shoot protesters or light them on fire. And in one case, they actually beat up somebody while ironically chanting, "All lives matter." Well, it seemed to me, to the crowd, his life didn't seem to matter when you were kicking the shit out of him. That's the whole irony in this situation. This is what you have going on at Trump rallies. This is what you have. Now, I know people are going to say, well, they brought it on themselves for being disruptive. That's not the way you deal with disruption. You don't spit in people's face. You don't beat them up while chanting, "All lives matter." Once again, it seems like that guy's life didn't matter as much to you. It's incredibly ironic. But see, the scarier thing, and this has always happened on the fringes, right? But what happens now is that Trump is now a leading contender. He's the Republican frontrunner for the Republican nomination. And he may very well be the Republican nominee. And that right there should scare a lot of people. And I think it does. Because when you have something like this in 2015, you realize that these are scary, scary times. Scary times.